recently I was gifted a beautiful gift from a neighbor from the Buy Nothing Project. If you haven't heard of the Buy Nothing Project, definitely check it out. It's like one of the many gifts that I have discovered this year, and it's incredible. They gave me this. It is the Pentax MZ-6. It came with 2 different lenses. So the lens that I have on it now is a 28 to 90 millimeter. I honestly don't even know if any of these numbers, words are relevant, or the names of the things or whatever, so. But it came with that lens, as well as this lens. It's like a longer one. It says Pentax 100 to 300. It also says 58 millimeter. I don't really know what any of it means. I'm assuming it can like zoom further. Thankfully, it also came with a manual. That's good. I need that. I have like some film experience. I took photography in high school. Shout out Mr. Sharma. I got this film because it was like the only one that wasn't black and white. It is all occasions, so I feel like that's easy. I got the 3-pack, and there's 36 exposures each, and it's a 400 ISO one. The person at the store actually helped me load the camera, which is fantastic because I am not sure at all about how to do that. It was a bit more expensive than I thought, but I got the camera for free, and honestly, like, I'm just wanting to experiment, so I was willing to pay. I'm super excited to kind of just like walk around my neighborhood, take pictures of people in my bubble. I'm just gonna give it my best shot. Get it? Shot. So I've taken the camera out for its very first trip. It went really well. It was so much fun, and I actually, I really miss taking photos. I took 10 shots. So if you can see, it says 11, which means I'm on shot 11 of 36. This camera is really cool because it automatically winds it to the next shot, next like slide, I don't know, next thing for you, so you don't have to do the wind thing, because every shot literally costs money. I found that I really was trying to get the perfect shot every time, really like lining it up and like waiting for that perfect moment. There was this one shot I really wanted to get. There's like a lamp post or like something like a post of some sort, and it was creating this like beautiful shadow. As soon as I got like the focus and everything all down, the like sun shifted, so then I had to wait for like the clouds to go away again. So that's something that's, you know, kind of interesting to think about. I'm mainly shooting on auto mode for now. I did take a couple shots with aperture priority, but it's still a little tricky trying to figure out the correct shutter speed to aperture ratio, and I want to make sure that like the photos turn out visible and like I'm actually able to see something. So mainly I'm autofocus, but I'm gonna keep trying and hopefully I'll get less tricky. I have not used the longer lens yet. I don't know if I will for this first roll, but we'll see. I finished my first roll, yay! It's now flashing this like symbol, and I'm not actually sure what that means. I honestly can't even really remember everything that I took, so that makes it even more exciting. This morning was incredibly rainy and super windy, but then it started to clear up and it actually started to be really sunny, and so I decided to head down to the beach during golden hour and watch the sunset, and I got some really cool photos, and that's where I finished my roll, and I'm super excited to see the results. I think the thing about film, it's like a lot about like anticipation, because you can't just see the photos right away, obviously. You have to like wait, and it just makes it so fun. I'm not quite sure how to actually like unload the film properly, and I don't want to break anything, so I'll probably watch a couple YouTube videos. When I took the last shot, the counter started rewinding backwards, and it was like 36, 35, 34. It was super cool and made this like kind of whirring sound, which was a little worrying because I wasn't sure what was happening, but then I figured it out, and it was just rewinding all the film. So I'm going to attempt to unload the roll of film and load a new roll of film into my camera. It seems pretty straightforward, and when I was at the London Drugs the first time, they told me that it's quite simple, especially because this camera kind of rewinds the film automatically, so I don't have to do that. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna trust that it's rewinded and I can open up the back of the camera. So I'm gonna pull that little toggle down. Oh my God. If this goes wrong, all those pictures are lost. I'm so nervous. Oh, thank God, it's rewinded. Oh God, bless. Okay, so I can just take this guy out and put it in this. Run away, thumbtack. Oh, so satisfying. I love it. So cute. Now I'm gonna load the new one. Okay. Nice. So I'm gonna put it this way into its little spot, and then I pull this to go into there under this little thing. And then apparently I just pop this back. So when the London Drugs guy loaded it, as soon as he pressed on, the camera kind of like adjusted and got the film into place automatically. So let's hope that works for me as well. Oh my God, I think it did. It says 1, so it's like the first shot. Everything seems to be in place. Yay, okay. And now I get to take this to London Drugs. Wow, this could be like an ad for London Drugs, to be honest, the amount of times that I've said London Drugs. But London Drugs to get developed. Okay, so I dropped off my roll to get developed, and like within an hour and a half, they had sent me the photos. But basically, they said I had 2 options. I could get them in prints, or I could get the photos back digitally. To get it developed was, I believe, around $17, and the prices were pretty much the same for if you wanted prints or if you wanted it digitalized. I decided to go with the digital option. That way you can edit or post online directly instead of like having to like scan the prints, and also you can get the digitalized versions printed if you want. So best of both worlds in my opinion. But anyways, the photos, oh, they turned out so well. I'm so happy. I'm just glad that most of them, or I think like all of them, were properly exposed. I mean, I did use automatic, the automatic function for pretty much most of them, but I'm glad they weren't too dark, or like, you know, they were actually really nice, and I'm just really glad that I was able to do that. I'm so grateful for my neighbor who gifted me this, and I can't wait to keep exploring with it. I mean, I do have another lens, as well as different kinds of film. I'm hoping to maybe experiment with some black and white film. Basically, the biggest difference I found with film camera versus like a digital camera, or like just shooting on your iPhone, is that you really have to contemplate about the shots that you're taking. Like on my iPhone, I'm like bam, 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 like taking a million photos at once. But with a film camera, you really have to be precious about it, which is something special, and I really like it. Anyways, thank you for watching my journey with my new film camera. I love it, it's precious, I love it.